How's it going, fellas? I just want to make a quick little note before this video gets started that there will not be a Fire Alarm Friday at all next week on the 26th because that's actually going to be the launch date for the big magnum opus project. The big premiere event and live stream sort of thing is going to be happening at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, and 3 p.m. Pacific over on the Fire Alarm Tech YouTube channel. This is an absolutely major undertaking and a very exciting project that I am quite excited to announce here, and it's something that I really look forward to all of you being there. I think it's something that you guys are really going to enjoy, and something that I think that the fire alarm community's been waiting a long time for. So be sure to check that out. The link for the premiere event itself will be in the description below of this video as soon as I have that link available. I'm still working on the video itself as the editing director of this project. It's something that's taking me quite a while to work on, but rest assured, it will be there on time. It's something that I really think you guys are going to look forward to. So be sure to check that out and enjoy this video. Happy Fire Alarm Friday and welcome to System Test 22. So today's system test is going to be a very unique one. I am going to do something that I have premonitions against and don't particularly like to do very often. It's something that does not get featured on the system test series regularly at all by any means. And I'm basically just going to let you guys figure it out here as soon as we activate the alarms. It's something that I really just do not have a fondness for on my demonstration system, and we're going to do it today because I found a really cool device on eBay that I wanted to get, and there's no point in getting it if I'm not going to use it, so here we are. So basically, it's not this. We have our pull station here, and it's under a Siemens MS-FD dual action cover, and you can kind of see from a preview here on top. The pull station that we are using today is a first generation RSG T-bar. It's an RMS-1T, rebranded by Hochiki America. I have been teasing this one on Instagram and Discord for quite some time now, and I have not yet put it on the system, nor have I had a chance to restore it. The company I'm looking to have restore this device is not responding to my emails, and so I might have to resort to a bunch of acetone, paint thinner, and cans of spray paint later on, but that's something that we'll figure out later. It is here nonetheless, and it's in relatively decent condition, and is on the system today underneath this dual action cover, which it does not fit this particular generation of pull station very well. I have heard from YouTube user Henbasket that he has had better luck with the second generation, so I'm not quite sure how that works. I haven't put the second generation under there, nor do I want to change it at this moment in time. The system is going to be set on temporal, and without further ado, may as well pull it and let you guys hear what I have picked. It's going to be very loud compared to some of the stuff that I do. So here we go. That's right. I have used a mechanical horn today. The particular horn in question is the Gentex WGMS-241575, I believe. This came to me new open box from eBay, and it has the first generation Gentex GX series strobe, or S series strobe, I guess. It's got the non-reflective strobe and flashes faster than 1 Hertz, contrary to the manual, and it has the relatively clear lens. It's not really all that refractive, but it's up here, and it's an interesting device. The reason I chose it was because in my first elementary school, outside the front of the building was an outdoor GMS that when the fire alarm would sound, the GMS would always be the first thing to sound because it's in continuous, and the Spectre Alert Classics in the building had that 3-second delay to them. They were the very first generations that had the delay before syncing, and so we would always hear this device go off just before the Spectre alerts in the classrooms would go off. So the GMS was always a fair warning to me that the fire alarm was about to go off. So here it sits. The strobe's pretty decent here. It's got an interesting cast up along the ceiling and whatnot, which you can't see, of course, with the studio lighting very well. And the fact that there's a UV filter on this camera lens also alters the way that the light reflects back to the lens. But it is up here and doing its thing. So, yeah, I don't often do mechanical horns just because I've never had a fondness for them on my system. They rattle the walls quite a bit more than any electronic horn does. And the panel's also FWR. I'll talk about that here in just a moment. I'm trying to get a remedy for that, and the remedy I initially thought was going to work did not work, so we'll have to figure something else out. So for resetting this underneath this cover, the reset screw on the first generations of the RMS-1T is up on the top. These are not key reset, so you have to, with this, you have to pop it open. And then it allows the handle to reset because the handle is spring-loaded. You know, if I set down my screwdriver, I can show you a little bit better. The handle in these is spring-loaded, so when you pull down, it just snaps right back in place, and the cover closes. But the closing mechanism is also spring-loaded, much like a 270 SPO or 278B, so you can just pop it right back into place here. So let's go ahead and reset the system from the annunciator. So there, let's go ahead and go back over to the panel here. And we'll change the coding a little bit while I talk. So the MS5UD3 is a fire alarm control panel that outputs FWR across the NACs. So it's full wave rectified, unfiltered DC power, which often leads these to sound very raspy. And so with that, what I tried to do is I tried to attach a DC filtering device, a little EMI component here that was meant to be for both AC and DC filtering, and it did not work. So that particular device is not going to be my solution there. I have to figure out what else I'm going to do. I'm talking with Zach Fleck about how he did it on his Firelight panel, so we'll go ahead and figure out how that works eventually. But for now, this mechanical horn can survive on FWR. Unlike a lot of simplex horns, well, more so the strobes, it's critical that they are put on filter DC, which is why I don't use the 9217 at all. That was only featured in the memorial video for Brad Corey, and until this panel outputs filtered power, or that's a capability of my system, it's simply not going to return for a video. But anyway, let's go ahead and give this another pull. I have now, as you might have seen, set the system to march time, so that way we can hear a mechanical horn in march time, because that's not something we often do. So here we go. That is very ear-piercing. It's very guttural and ear-piercing, so it's an interesting horn. I do like it. It kind of completes the Gentex series of 90s horn strobes, with the exception of the GOS. I'm still looking for one of those, but that'll have to be at a time when there's one that's more fair-priced available. There we go. So that is all set there. Go ahead and reset the panel once more. And I suppose, because it's mechanical horns, you're going to want to hear continuous. So continuous, we shall do. Oh, hey look, SHGs. Funny. Coding steady, alright. Alright. I would say for this one, let's go ahead and pull it again. This pull station's just too fun not to pull. that was a mistake. On FWR, that was just terrible. And I guess while we have this up here, let's go ahead and grab that notifier cover that we had used in a past video here and compare them. Oh, sorry, I keep bumping my microphone. But side by side, the notifier cover is definitely a lot taller, and it seems to be a little bit wider as well. Can accommodate some larger pull stations, but it cannot accommodate wider pull stations, so larger ones will not be capable of mounting in here. This was kind of really just meant for the BNG1 series and BG8 series, but even then, as we saw in that video, it didn't quite close flush. It still stuck out with the locks, so I don't know. It's an interesting way of doing things, adding dual action to a pull station that's single action. It also provides a little bit of protection as well against things smacking it, in case it ever got vibe checked by planks of wood, which most certainly should be viewed.
See? Wood. Watch.
So let's go ahead and... let's not reset it. I want to activate the moderator alarm, which I don't know if I mentioned this in a previous video, but I changed it over from just a plain supervisory to a medical alert because I like the march time sound of the piezo on the panel. So it now latches into activation, which is why I'm saving the reset for later. But you can see if we scroll through, there, it's medical alert now, and it says moderator alarm. That is terrible with the overhead lighting. There we go. So yeah, it's a medical alert now, and it flashes like normal, so it's doing its thing. You can definitely tell the filter that I have here on my camera alters the way that light's flashing at the lens and makes it often quite circular. So let's go ahead and finish with a reset here. And I think that will just about conclude this video here. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video here. And I hope you enjoy the premiere of Magnum Opus a week from today. So I will not be seeing you here next week. I will be seeing you on the Fire Alarm Tech channel. And as the premiere link is generated and ready for you, it'll also be in the description of this video, so be on the lookout for that. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you later.